I think that how do you start? I think you have to equip yourself with the tools, whatever your trade is or whatever it is you want to do. Educate yourself as much as possible.
Now, for your particular industry, how does one educate themselves?
For film writing or script writing, get your hands on every book that you can. A lot of people go to film school, but I gotta say that hands-on is totally different from book knowledge. I had met with a DP. He was like the third DP on my movie, and he went to USC Film School. Oh, yeah. You want to take it over? Yeah.
No, no. What is a DP?
Oh, DP is a director of photography.
Thank you.
The DP, the director of photography, actually works the camera,
Right.
and he's not a director, but he's the person actually working the camera. The director tells the DP what to do, and so he was a third DP, and he went to USC Film School, and he was standing on the side talking to my sister, and he was like, well, she's doing this. Like, what school did she go to? He's like, she got her hand on every book that she, and I'm a creative mind, so I've always jotted down ideas, and just start off writing your ideas on paper in a journal, and then get you some software, script writing software, and get producing books, get books on filmmaking. It just really depends on what aspect you're trying to get into the industry. If you're trying to be a producer, if you're trying to be just a writer, read as many screenplays as you can read, because then you know how to get the format down. Writing is a talent, it's a gift, and I don't think that anyone can tell you how to write. I think that they can tell you the format. Network is, meet as many people as you can that are in the industry. That's what I would say for that. And then of course for real estate, you want to do that?
Well, for real estate, I mean, the biggest thing is you have to know the market. You have to know not only the market, what's going on, but you have to know if you're an agent, if you're coming on as an agent or you want to be a broker. Of course, you have to be an agent first. So become an agent, learn the business, learn how, because book work is totally different from actually getting out there and actually doing it. It's two different worlds. I mean, you can know the knowledge, but if you haven't applied it, it's totally different. So get the knowledge, apply it, learn it, and then you become a broker.
Get a mentor.
Yeah.
Get someone to help you that is really, really good, that has been in the business, that you can latch onto and learn. Because really, when you become an agent, when you first become an agent, all you know is definitions. Yeah. And it's like, do you want me to recite what, what I mean? You just start reading definitions to people. They don't really tell you how to list a house, how to sell a house, and how to, do a closing statement. None of those things are, you go over it, but actually doing it, it's just two totally different things. So I would say get a mentor and read as many books. I'm telling you, read. Whatever it is you want to do, there's information out there on the internet.
Volunteer your time.
Oh my
Go
God.
out and volunteer your time. So you can
Internship. Get up under somebody, and it's not always about getting paid. Just get up, say, hey, can I work for you for about a month and just try to get my feet wet and learn, from you? I think that's great. Hands-on experience is really, really good. And
the clothing?
The clothing industry is a totally different ballgame, and it's a lot of work, and it requires money, and you have to do a lot of research.
A lot of samples. You have to buy a lot of samples.
Well, I mean, it's so detailed. It's not just the garment itself. You have to worry about the hang tags.
And the tags. And
you have to worry about the buttons. You have to worry about the color thread.
Who makes it? How much it costs to make it? How much the freight costs to get it shipped over here if you're doing it overseas in China or somewhere in a different country? You have to worry about all that type
You have
of
to worry about, how much you're getting for wholesale, what you're going to sell it to retail, that they can make money, so your price points have to be right.
How much you're paying your staff, because all that have to be factored into your profit. At the same time, you still want to be competitive with everybody else that's doing that your type of clothing, whether you're doing baby clothing, whether you're doing adult clothing, whether you're doing sweaters, onesies. I mean, it goes.
And that's just the business aspect of it, but I wouldn't want to scare anybody away from it, because if that's your dream, again, I would say get some books. I would say go to a college, go to school, learn how to sew. If you want to be a designer, learn how to sew. If you don't know how to draw, find you a graphic artist, or go to a college where someone knows how to draw, and you can say, hey, can you sketch this for me? Find you a seamstress that can get you a sample. That's what you do. Get it before people, get celebrities wearing your clothes, and say, hey, can you wear this to this premiere? Your name is out there. That's, networking, get as much knowledge as you can. That's, it's always that. And
the jewelry?
Jewelry.
Did I cover all the companies? Is there anything else besides the jewelry?
We didn't have much.
the other thing? That's still clothing.
Yeah, that's
Jewelry still like clothing?
No,
or-
we have
No,
another
no. We have
clothing.
another clothing thing that we're doing.
Okay.
But okay, the jewelry line.
That's a lot of work. Yeah.
Well, you
But
know,
it's worth
still-
anything worth doing.
it's still knowledge of the industry and knowing what materials to use.
Price points of those materials.
Exactly. And so I started off creating jewelry, and I would look at some of the pieces in Neiman Marcus and Saks Fifth Avenue, and I was like, I can make this. I mean, it was beautiful jewelry, but I was like, I can make this. And so, of course, you find a great wholesaler is what you would do. Check out the materials and the durability of it, and the price points and everything, and find out who your market is, your demographic, who you're going to sell to, you know. And once you've narrowed that down, just, you know, it's funny because when I was going to broker school to get my broker's license, I had my jewelry with me. I would take it on the break, and I was like, I'm selling jewelry. I would unroll my little thing, and I was selling jewelry. It was like, I made this. So it's like, you know, if you're going to make it, don't be afraid to sell it. Wherever you're at, bring it with you and say, hey, I got some jewelry, take a look at it. So you can't be afraid. You know, you got to be aggressive in anything that you do.
Also with designers, you have to, I know you go to wholesalers also, but your designers, you look at the designers. Design some of your own pieces, but with designing comes still cost. You have to pay pay the designer for his time and get the samples and do different things like that. So it's actually, you have to interact with each piece. I know I do a lot of the different meetings with the different designers and the different wholesalers, and then you have to get the pricing, you have to get the return policies, you have to get every little bitty thing you have to have down to a T before you can actually launch that out to the public.
And it just really depends if you're trying to be a designer and you're just making a couple pieces, or if you're trying to produce in bulk. Because that's what he's speaking of, like producing in bulk, where some of our lines will be in major stores. So then, of course, you're dealing with a lot of manufacturers, and you're dealing with China, you're dealing with, you know, a lot of different places. And but if you're just starting off, you know, and you might want to just design a few pieces, I'd say just get knowledge of materials and start working, you know, start working with it and start selling.
Definitely.